Are you listening now?
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm the CEO and founder of Intuitive Events. Gosh, but it started a long time ago. I actually started work when I was 16 and I was very lucky. I joined a retailer, which was Harrods at the time, and I joined them on their management training course. So I learned very, very quickly that I actually preferred work to studying, and I felt much more comfortable in the workplace. I left retail and moved into the events business, and I ran an amazing show called BBC Good Food Show and Gardeners World Live for 20 years, which I absolutely adored and loved, and met the most amazing people. In 2019, I sold that business, and which was probably impeccable timing, actually, with knowing what was coming around the corner. And in 2020, I started my new business, which is Intuitive Events, in a very different backdrop, because we were all in the deepest, darkest lockdown and in a global pandemic, which is never good for the events industry and for the career that I knew. So that's kind of where I got to and where Intuitive Events has come from. I think predominantly after running Great Days Out for many years, and I loved that, but I'd done that. I really wanted to run um, and give something back, really, to use my expertise that I've kind of honed over the years, but work in areas that I felt that I could actually help people. So to have a purpose behind the events, so hence the Fertility Show was an area that had impacted my life, and I really felt that I wanted to run that and help other people navigate a way through to their path to parenthood. At that point in life as well, menopause was knocking on my door, and I felt that I was completely unarmed and didn't know much about it. So how could I help and share that with others? Let's All Talk Mental Health is aimed at parents of teenagers who are struggling with their mental health. And I think any parent of any teenager can absolutely resonate that there is always a little bump in the road. It can be a big bump in the road where their teenagers will suffer something and you just don't know how to navigate and handle that. And so that happened to me, and now I want to help other parents. And then I was having these two conversations about fertility and menopause, because they were both areas that had impacted my life. And I kept having these conversations and thinking, well, hang on, this is the same person, this is the same woman. You know, this is where she starts her career, middle and end her career, ultimately, in our post-menopause years. And no one was really talking about it together. So that was the inspiration behind Women in Work. And that's how I've got to that point. And the purpose there is to help employers understand women better, help women understand themselves better, and how the different life stages impact their career and how they feel, and just stop women leaving the workforce at such a big drop around motherhood, around fertility issues, and most the biggest impact really is 1 million women will leave the workplace because of menopause. Well, I think starting a business from scratch again, because although I'd run my own business, I did a management buyout, so I inherited a big business. So starting in lockdown from scratch was really hard. Also, just hearing people's stories all the time coming to me through the events that we do. There's still so many people uneducated about life stages, that really, that's why we do what we do. There's so many employers who have got a long way to go, that they're really trying hard to accommodate women in the workplace, but really don't understand how women need to be treated or treated differently. So there's nothing that makes me go because I think, well, come on, make a difference, change it. But ultimately it's just that grit and determination and getting out and being a small entrepreneurial business, but making a big noise is hard work every day. Oh, I've had lots of inspiration, actually, and I was thinking about this. I've had lots of male inspiration, actually, and I go back to lots of male bosses that are kind of made me as determined, I think, because they challenged me and, pushed me and made me, do things that I thought I couldn't do by leaving me to it. So I kind of admire them and thank them for let me play with their toys. Basically, I was left to my own devices and I thrived, and that was great for me because I really needed that kind of freedom to be able to grow and develop. So lots of male bosses have been inspirational because they've been challenging, and it's helped me navigate around and not give up. I've been lucky enough to meet some incredible women on my journey as well. One that stands out to me is Mary Berry. I worked with her for many years on the food shows, and this is a woman who I met when she was in her late 70s into her early 80s and was still working, still looking amazing, still checking the prep kitchen to make sure that her dishes were all prepped within an inch of their lives, and loving it and loving life. And her saying was, make hay while the sun shines, Laura. I think I just got grit really inherent in me. I love working. I love what I do. I don't find it a chore. It keeps me going. It makes me tick. And I, met some amazing people, and I love just to keep doing what I'm doing and working hard. And I like nice things as well. So ultimately, that doesn't come without a lot of hard work. Well, I am absolutely horrified by the thought that the gender pay gap won't change within our lifetime. So I'm on a mission to make that happen faster. I accept it's not going to happen overnight, and understand that, but it cannot take, I think the latest data from WEF is that it's going to take 100 years, which is frankly unacceptable. So that's what I'd like to change, and help companies understand how they can make that change, and help women understand how that can actually be achievable. Well, we've got a lot to do with Women in Work. Women in Work is just at the start. We only launched it last year, and we made, we punched above our weight, I would say. We've gone off to the US. We're hoping to take it to other territories. And we're hoping, as I said, to make an impact on this gender pay gap and help women and companies understand how that change can happen and make that change happen faster. Well, it has to be my business partner and co-founder, Mariella Frostrup. I can't keep up with her. She is a million miles an hour. I met her on a midlife retreat, walking quite behind her up a mountain because she is a mountain goat. And I love what she does for women. She's inspirational, and that's why we've partnered together. And yeah, she is incredible and unstoppable, absolutely unstoppable.
Are you listening now?